This year marks half a century since Lyndon Johnson declared war on poverty. The rhetoric harkened back to Franklin Roosevelt's declaration of war against the Great Depression. Roosevelt had demanded all the executive powers that he would need in fighting a foreign foe. Lyndon Johnson's Great Society inaugurated trillions of dollars of spending on social infrastructure and welfare programs, most of which ended up going to overhead and to pay for the salaries of middle-class government employees, as well as a fortune that went to connected corporate interests. 50 years later, inequality seems to have increased, and grinding poverty persists as a problem in this country. It would seem like the war on poverty has been a failure. This year marks a century since the federal government first got involved in the business of prohibiting drugs. In the Harrison Narcotics Act, Congress targeted heroin and cocaine. And under the Nixon and Reagan administrations, the federal government began describing its policy as a war on drugs. This war has not been metaphorical. Every day, militarized police forces break down doors. Our civil liberties have been eviscerated. There are tens of thousands of deaths on the Mexican border, and the prison population has swelled into the highest incarceration rate in the world. These policies have not had a noticeable effect on drug addiction. If stopping drug abuse was the goal, the war on drugs has been, of course, an absolute failure. This year marks half a decade since President Obama declared the end to the war on terror. This was merely a difference in rhetoric, for the policies have more or less continued apace. Under Bush and Obama, the government invaded and bombed multiple countries in the name of stopping terrorism. It eviscerated habeas corpus and made indefinite detention without cause the law of the land. The surveillance state has risen to frightening proportions, and citizens and others are treated like suspected criminals every time they go to the airport. If the goal was to protect American liberty, the war on terror has been an absolute failure. Politicians love the rhetoric of war. The result is always the same. Power is consolidated and expanded, and our liberties are diminished. The advertised goals are never achieved. Last year, Obama backed down from his proposed war with Syria. The public stood up to him in that case, and I hope the trend continues. Next time a politician proposes a war on anything, I dearly hope that the people say no. It's time to give peace a chance.